Hi, it's Clark on Temptress. Today I'd like to discuss the problem in Europe with orca whales. I think I have a proposal for how to fix the problem so that the orca will stop attacking boats. So if you're interested in this, and I see it's still an issue, I saw it popping up on YouTube recently, I'd like to share my idea for making the whales stop wanting to attack boats. A few years ago, when I was in the Dominican Republic on the boat, I got an email from, I guess you'd call it a cetologist, someone who studies whales. He had an idea for solving the whale problem. I guess I should just tell you that first. There's an issue, I guess off the coast of Spain, Portugal, where orcas, apparently for fun, and remember, this is a really smart species that like wears salmon as hats. They have weird trends. They definitely get the idea of fun. Are ripping the rudders off sailboats and sinking them. This is not a minor deal. This is kind of major. It's hurting people, of course, not just property. You know, boats are going down. But also, it's hurting whales because people are shooting them, you know. I wouldn't want to die. So if we can stop this, this is a big deal. And this cetologist had an idea. He didn't know how to do it, but he wanted to electrify the rudders of boats in a way that would make the whales not want to bite them. Seems straightforward if you don't understand electricity, but he didn't and knew he didn't. So he went to an electronics company in Washington State. And they said, geez, I don't know. I mean, the idea was something like a cattle prod. I just don't know, man. I don't know how to do that. But you know what? You ought to talk to Clark. Turns out they were fans of my channel. So he contacted me, and I got this email explaining his proposal and everything. And we wrote back and forth a couple times. And I explained, yeah, it kind of won't work because, you know, oceans are really conductive. And it kind of becomes a Faraday cage. And, you know, it just won't work. And we kind of split up at that. And then I realized, geez, what am I going to get the chance to learn more about all this? So I started writing this email, you know, because I had his ear, and I wanted to know things like, for example, have they attacked or disabled a full keel boat? Nope. Could be because there's few over them out there, but I think they don't look the same, and you can't get a grip of that rudder on a full keel boat. It's really attached. I like to think that also because I have a full keel boat. Have they damaged a boat with a skag? Again, no. It's only the fin keels, the unsupported rudders. And, you know, they're only supported on the one pin, so that makes sense. And I asked them a few other things, and then immediately I got this idea. Fully formed, everything you need to have to build a system to make them stop, right down to the economics of how to fund it, everything. So I just, on that email, left a bunch of space, ... and said, I have an idea. And I explained my idea. And I gave my phone number. It's like, hi, let's talk. In fact, I had asked him how long whales' teeth were. You'll see why in a bit. And his first words were, the teeth are about 8 inches. Let's talk. Okay, here's my proposal. First off, my supposition is they're doing this for fun. And I could see if I was a whale, this might be a blast. The problem with them doing it for fun is there's like one pod doing it, right? But once I looked into whales a little more, they move their genes around because you just don't want one pod in breeding and everything. So the females move to different pods, you know, as they get to be a certain age. Well, the problem is, some of them are playing the game, and then when they move to another pod, they're going to be like, hey, let me teach you this cool game, you know? So if we can nip this in the bud, it's a good idea for us and the whales. Now, my proposal is we make it not fun. It's as simple as that. But the how we do it is the big deal. Again, on a minute, I'll get to the how. But imagine the Somali pirate thing was still an issue. Maybe it is a little bit, but not as bad as it was. And during the height of it, if you had to sail by that area, and I have a friend who was sailing by that area, and he's not a friend anymore, he's dead. It's a real problem. They're not just taking the great big ships, and they are taking the great big container ships, but they're attacking all kinds of little boats too. Enough of that. If before you entered the area, someone were to say to you, you pay us a nominal fee and a deposit so we know you return it, we will loan you a little Navy vessel that'll follow you and protect you. Well, you'd say yes, of course, because you'd feel protected from the pirates, get through the area, let the Navy vessel go on its way, get your deposit back. I know deposit doesn't work with that, but it will with this. So here's my proposal. We build this kit, and economically, we build a bunch of the kits because it's to everyone, including the whales' interest, to get as many of these kits out there. So most of the targets are going to be unpalatable to the whales to teach them this isn't fun anymore. And we build a bunch of these kits, we rent them out so we can run the business as it were, and we have a hefty deposit, so we're sure we're going to get the kit back when they don't need it anymore. And what the kit is pretty simple. Let me start my other little camera here. Okay, here's my very bad drawing of a sailboat, but you can see it's your typical fin keel boat, and it has a rudder. If we made some metal structures, real simple, don't have to hold up for a long time. I mean, we could galvanize them, but heck, just painting them, if that lasted like 3 years of part-time in the water, it would be fine. So minimal cost, maximum exposure out there. And it would be like some square bracket or just triangle bracket, angle iron, a plate that would go down the front of the rudder, and another plate that would go down the back of the rudder with holes in it so you could put some kind of cabling with turnbuckles across so that a diver could simply dive down, put one of these on any boat. One size fits all is what we're aiming for. Probably, of course, a strap that can go up over the top. And these will have spikes on them, 8-inch spikes going off perpendicular to the rudder. Now, they're not going to make the boat sail faster. Of course, they're going to cause drag, but they should still be fine to sail the boat. The point is, you're an ORCA, you come up to take a taste of this, you're going to grab a hold of it, throw it around, rip the rudder off, breaking the structure inside the boat, and you get spikes. It's like barbed wire. We do it for cattle for barbed wire. I grew up on a farm. As soon as the cow learns that the fence hurts, they don't even go near the fence anymore. It's way more effective than just those little spikes. It's knowing it's not a fun thing. And I think this would solve the problem. So, why didn't we continue? We were going at it. He was starting to get the environmentalists on board, doing all the politics as one would have to. The idea being this is really good for the whales because it's this or a 30-06 through the head, and it's not going to kill them. It's not going to be comfortable, but, everybody's bitten a bone or something. You know what it's like. So we got going, but you imagine that if you decided in your life to study whales, you're probably not the richest man in the world. And he got a profitable gig to reintroduce a pet whale back into the wild. And he just said, I got to do it. It's money. I got to do it. It's going to be years of work. I need this. So he just dumped the project and off he went. And I had other things going on and I don't want to run this business. So the point is, if you like this idea and you're in Europe where it's happening and you want to promote this or you want to help promote this, I'll tell you what, I'll start a list. So like if you can say, well, I'm good at like getting the environmentalists on board, or you say, I'm good with government and I can raise funding, or if you say whatever, email me. I'll put it in the description, but use the email for this channel, sailingtemptress at gmail.com, and I'll just put a list together. If I get somebody saying, hey, I want to run this, well, I'll share all the names. And of course, I would like to be involved and talk about it and stuff. It's not something that we really should profit on. I'm sure whoever runs it could take a little profit because, time is worth it. But let's see if we apply this, we can just get the whales to stop attacking boats. What y'all think? Tell me in the description. if it's a stupid idea, tell me. If there's a better idea, share it. And let's see if we can get this to happen. If you want to help my channel, subscribe. I looked at my stats a while ago. 75% of the people watching my videos haven't bothered pushing the subscribe button. Just push the subscribe button. But of course, thumbs up and giving me a comment, it all helps push the channel. Thanks a lot. Bye from Clark on 10.